Yes, my people, them CFC Race Blue back with another video, second upload of the day, and this isn't a Chelsea news update, man. This is basically an Enzo Maresca appreciation post, and as I'm bigging him up for everything he's done for Chelsea so far this season, and why I'm just so happy that we don't have Pochettino as our manager anymore, because I think that would be literally impossible for us to be in the same vein of form that we are right now. And if you guys agree with me, then hit the like button and the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. If you don't, leave your thoughts and opinions down below as to why you don't agree. But I'm going to be talking about the points as to why I believe that Maresca is a much better manager and just getting more of Chelsea right now. So let's just start off with the big thing. And this is to do with injuries, yeah? Last season, Chelsea religiously had rehabilitation forms out every single week. 6 players were out, majority of every single game last season. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's down to Pochettino why Reece James's injuries happen. No, but the way you train your players, that plays a big part into it, in my opinion. You had so much time on the training pitch because we was playing 1 game a week on average. We didn't have any European we didn't have any European games because we finished 12th the season before. You had full reign to get these players to do the things that you wanted them to do and to get the best out of them. And your best out of them was having us compete and being mid-table for the majority of the season. Like, you had no tactics. You didn't. You destroyed our defense. And yeah, man, it's like, for me, obviously I'm delegating down into injuries, but it's the injuries is down to the fact that you can't coach this team and you destroyed our defense. Before, we had never conceded 60 plus goals in the Premier League season, but you had done that. And it's down to the way you coach the team. Like, your tactics didn't make any sense. Your tactic was literally Cole Palmer and Boss. We was getting talked about as a one-man team last season. That's what we was doing. And it's down to you not clearly having a plan. Your plan most of the time is just for us players just to run. And that's why Conor Gallagher was one of our best players last season. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Conor Gallagher is a bad player. I'm not saying he's crap. But like I said in last season, if most of our players were fit, he wouldn't be playing. But would he not? Would he still not be playing? Because Pochettino did say that Caicedo and Enzo can't do what Conor Gallagher did. That's what things were being said, and that's the reason why Conor Gallagher was playing majority of the season. And I think that that's just a big reason why as to why we finished the way we finished and why we was a mid-table team for the majority of the season. Like I said, it's down to Pochettino. You coach these players and you have your hardest training sessions the day before a match. You send us up to fail. Your tactics didn't make any sense, and every single game we could start off well, but in the second half we would just completely falter. That's literally what we would do. We would come out the second half worse than we ever did in the first half, and God forbid we ever had a bad first half. Let's not forget, last season, second half to Arsenal at the Emirates, we conceded 4 goals. Like, we've conceded numerous amounts of goals in so many different games. And that just goes to show the reason why Pochettino doesn't really have too many tactics. You can't set us up to get the best out of the team. Setting us up, their defense was always poor majority of the time. You decided to not start Trevor Chalobah and Thiago Silva majority of the time. And that cost us a lot. And yeah, man, I should be honest, man. His style of play is just not the way we did. His style of play is just not the way for us to play because we didn't have a style. Our style was just give the ball to Cole Palmer and see what happens. He's the same guy that wanted to start Raheem Sterling for the majority of the season, considering that he stunk up the place more often than not, rather than give opportunities to other players. Like, these are all the decisions that Pochettino decided to make. He also stayed with the fact that, oh yeah, you wanted to play for penalties against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. This guy was on the biggest flip-flop, saying one thing and then changing his story another. Like, these are the things that he's doing. But this is not things that Enzo Maresca does. Enzo Maresca doesn't flip-flop his words. He sticks to it. And he is ruthless. He is ruthless. I'm not going to sit here and say that Enzo Maresca is perfect. He isn't. he will make mistakes. But the amount of mistakes that Pochettino had made compared to what Enzo Maresca has made already, and to think about the performances that we get out of our team, this is brilliant. People were bigging us up last season for drawing 4-4 with Manchester City. I'm not going to sit here and say that's a rubbish result. Clearly not. But we are moving way better. 6 goals past Wolves away from home. We beat West Ham comfortably, even though they're not moving that great this season. Even in times where we lost against Liverpool, people would have said that we deserved more from this game. And that's just with the way that Maresca sets up this team and gets the best out of us. We are not a one-man team. We have so many different players that we can call upon and can do us things. Look at yesterday's game: Enzo Fernandez, Nicholas Jackson. Previous game against Arsenal, Pedro Neto. You got Cucurella, who's standing up and been so consistent for the majority of the season. Caicedo has been brilliant. I could argue to say through the whole of 2024, but he has been brilliant, especially since the start of the season. Enzo is doing better. Cole is doing better. Cole is actually getting played in his rightful position as a left-sided centre-back, not being played as the left-back. No, that's not what's happening. So I'm just thankful for all of this. And I'm also thankful for the fact that in this season already, we have been in the top 4 5 times. Not once last season did we finish a game week in the top 4 once, not once. And that's why we deserve to get mocked for the majority of last season, because we were bottling it. We had 1 game a week. We should have been higher for the majority of the season. You had teams like Manchester United who did end up finishing below us, but they were above us for the majority of the season. These are things that shouldn't have happened. And it's down to the way that Pochettino set up this team. He didn't have the right mentality, he didn't have the right tactics, and you can say he didn't have the right personnel, but that's down to him, in my opinion. He is the big reason why we had so many injuries. Because explain to me why we don't have as many injuries this season. It's because we just have a better coach who has the right mentality to handle the players in the best way possible. He has their full he has their full understanding. He does what's best, and he doesn't put these guys under any scrutiny. He will let them rest and try give us another game plan. So many different times he's done so many different things, and I just have to big him up, because the way he has us playing, the way we play, the team, the tactics, it's all down to him. He's getting the best out of this team, making guys like Noni Madueke have better season than they had last season. Cole Palmer is being more influential. Nicholas Jackson going from strength to strength. Caicedo, Enzo, Levi Cole. These are all guys who are doing so many great things. Cucurella as well. Like, this is just absolutely brilliant. And like I said, Enzo Maresca, this is an appreciation video. You deserve all your flowers so far. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh yeah, this means that he's never gonna have anything. I'm never gonna have anything bad to say or anything like that. I hope I don't. But realistically, no one's perfect. But he is doing the utmost, and Chelsea fans can actually believe that we are in the right place and going to become one of the best teams in the league, because that's what all the points state, the league position states. That's what the way we play. That's how it states. These are all the right things heading us in the right direction under Enzo Maresca. And this is a manager who has only been a manager for the last 2 seasons. One with Leicester in the Championship, now with Chelsea in the Premier League. Pochettino managed Spurs for how many different years, as well as Southampton. He's managed PSG, and you still can't do what Maresca has done with less experience. Like, that just says everything. And again, big up the board for sacking Pochettino. Big them up. And thank you for bringing in Enzo Maresca. But that is a great decision. I might have wanted Thomas Tuchel, but regardless, I just wanted Pochettino to be sacked and have a different manager, because we wasn't going to be heading in no right direction with him. But Maresca, we have the belief. We just have to make sure that he doesn't get sacked and he can be here for the foreseeable future, because for us to be a title challenging team, we're going to have to be consistent. That's what we're going to need. And with Enzo Maresca here, I think we will be. So that's just my thoughts and opinions on Enzo Maresca. and why I think he's better than Pochettino, especially for Chelsea. So I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you for your support throughout this week on all the content. I'll be back again next week. And as always, come on Chelsea, come on Chelsea. In a bit, my people, damn. Love.